Hey guys, what's up y'all? Thanks for watching, appreciate it. So this is going to be a late night reading for all signs. We're going to look at you and the person's on your mind, their desires, any blockages and advice, but we're not looking at feelings, we're not looking at actions, we're just looking at the physical side of things. So I will go through all signs and I will timestamp it below. So, if it does resonate, please make sure that you like and subscribe below. If you guys like to contact me for a personal reading, just visit my website. That information's below as well. So remember, the energies can always be reversed. Flip it how you need to. Also remember, excuse me, it's just a general reading. So just take what's yours and leave the rest behind. Like I said, we're going to look at the desires, anything blocking it, and we'll also get advice. So, starting with Aries, let's see what's going on with Aries and the person on their mind, please. What are the desires? What is anything blocking this situation? What is the advice for Aries? Alright, so if it does resonate, please make sure that you like and subscribe below. You can also check out the memberships below as well. Alright, let's get an Aries and the person on their mind. Just thank you. Alright, well, it's almost like seduction is what's wanted with that Four of Wands there. Like, that's a lot of playing, that's a lot of like just having fun, both people happy, both people interacting. What's crossing it though is the Two of Swords. So that's all right. And for advice, you have the Three of Wands. All right, so it's interesting. With the desire and what's blocking it are two totally different things. Like I said, the Four of Wands is both people kind of being in the moment, equal give and take, very happy, like flirtatious energy. It's a good feeling. But what's blocking it is the Two of Swords. So somebody may be kind of inviting or like throwing out hints or keys that they want something, but somebody may also not be keeping up to like what they're saying, like following through, like their words might not match their actions, keeping promises, that type of thing. And this also talks about empathy and being understanding. You have the Fool there at the bottom, and the Fool is about like those outbursts and kind of being spontaneous and things like that. For advice, you have the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands is a card of kissing. It's a card of understanding and kind of like cravings, desires to help rediscover a feeling that you thought was lost. And it is being, so there is a lot to say about being understanding, being empathetic. You know, maybe kissing is kind of starting with that foreplay as a way to bring things back together. But it feels like something is really wanted there as far as like a good time and being together and being as one. But there may be one side that's like either not following through or not being as understanding is the key word as one would like. Alright, so Taurus and the person on their minds. What is the desires? Anything blocking this? And advice for Taurus. So I'm going to ask about the person on your mind, but remember it can always go both ways, so flip it if you need to. Also remember to like and subscribe below if it does resonate. If you guys like to contact me for a personal reading, that information is below as well. Alright, let's get it. Cards for Taurus and the person on their mind. Alright, we got the Ten of Chalices for desires, crossed by the Four of Wands. So for desires, the attachment, having things being on a continuous basis, a relationship, like that happy family type thing, that goes deeper than just the physical. That ties in the emotions as well. What's blocking it is the Four of Wands. That's not really anything that's blocking it. That's a lot of, you know, a lot of play, a lot of having fun together. Like both people into it, both people happy. Because with the Ten of Chalices there, I mean, that's a good card for desires, but it's kind of like also both people being on the same page. You see how like this person is kind of going the other way when something is being offered there. So crossed by the Four of Wands. Like I said, though, it's still good energy. This is, you know, two people really enjoying each other, having like a lot of foreplay type thing, a lot of fun, not just diving right into something. For advice, you have the Six of Swords. So this is about finding like new ventures together that and involves like couples and going outside of like the day-to-day things and finding ways to, you know, be together away, like, but also like keep it kind of fresh. Search and do new things. Don't just stick to routine, that type of thing. It's a nice reading overall. It kind of started out as like, you know, things may have felt like they were kind of going in the opposite directions or weren't really meeting in the middle. But that's definitely going to change if that's the case. Alright, so Gemini. Gemini and the person on their mind, please. What are the desires? Any blockages and advice? Happy birthday to you guys, by the way. I hope it's been amazing. Alright, Gemini. So if it does resonate, please make sure that you like and subscribe below. Also, if you guys like to contact me for a personal reading, you can find that information below. Just check out my website. Alright, so you got the Knight of Swords. No, the Nine of Swords, sorry. Crossed by the Seven of Chalices. Alright, so you have, okay, wow. The advice is the Empress. So, it's pretty straightforward. For desires, you have the Nine of Swords, right? So this is like something that it builds, it grows. Like just one little taste of something is not enough. It's just the beginning, and that's what somebody wants there. So it's like something that somebody wants to take care of. They want to like take their time with, like not just a one day thing. They want it for a while. They want to like, you know, it's something that they want. What's crossing it is you have the Seven of Chalices. So this is just kind of about going with the flow, actually. It kind of leads us to ideas and plans. So something here, it feels like it's more so long term, not just kind of, you know, hit it and quit it type thing. It's a nice energy. It's really coming together, and it feels like this is something that will go a lot deeper as well. So sometimes, like, you know, if you're trying to like draw someone to you, perfumes, things like that will work in that situation. For the advice, you have the Empress. The Empress is literally a card of invitation, not telling you to invite anybody to do anything, but the Empress tells you that once you put your ideas, your plans, what you want into action, they will kind of generate into reality. But you have a card of invitation there at the bottom. It's a really nice energy. It's like even just, you know, spending time together out and like going out and doing things. Like there's a lot of togetherness in this energy. Something may have had to been addressed recently or in the past. Somebody may have kind of pulled away. If so, I mean, either way, but I do see that there could have been some type of elephant in the room type thing. Alright, so Cancer. Cards for Cancer and the person on their mind. We're going to look at the desires, anything blocking it, and advice for the situation. Alright, Cancer. So if it does resonate, please make sure that you like and subscribe below. Also, if you guys like to contact me for a personal reading, that information is below as well. Just check out my website. Alright, cards for Cancer and the person on their mind, please. Alright, well, you got the Hangman crossed by the Empress, and then with the Queen of Chalices, which is your energy. Something's going to require some work, some seduction type thing. You have the Hangman there for desires. So the Hangman can be a card of sacrifice, of literally, like, this can be just a bond that you have with somebody, even if it's just like a platonic thing. But this can be a card of impotence. Obviously, I don't think that's anybody's desires, but this is a card of this is a card of sacrifice, a card of waiting, watching, waiting for it. And this is, so it's there for desire. So, you know, sacrifice the desire type thing. Waiting, it does feel like this is something that, you know, they want. So what's crossing it is the Empress, Taurus, Libra energy, but this is about an invitation. Like, if it's something that you want, it's going to come into you once you put it into action. But it doesn't look like, you know, a lot of action may have been taken yet. It kind of looks like you already know what you're doing. So when you're ending with the Queen of Chalices, especially for advice, this is a card of really being like gentle and like not aggressive towards the situation. So this is being really, like, I don't know the freaking word for it. Not rough, taking your time, but really gentle as far as the way that you handle the situation, with like a lot of love, a lot of care, and not really a lot of force. That's there for advice. You got the Eight of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So it's kind of, this also talks about taking like a really affectionate approach, a really tender way that you're approaching the situation, to work towards anything that has kind of been like up in the air. Being honest about feelings, putting in the effort, that type of thing. Alright, so Leo. Cards for Leo and the person on their mind. So we're going to look at the desires, anything blocking it, as well as advice. Cards for Leo's highest good. So if it does resonate, please make sure that you like and subscribe below. Also, if you guys would like to contact me for a personal reading, that information's below as well. Alright, Leo, let's get it. Advice, blockages, no, desires, blockages, and advice. Said that all backwards. Thank you. Alright, you got the Four of Chalices for desires. That's weird. Oh shit, and you got the Tower. The Tower is kind of, and the Nine of Chalices there at the bottom. There may be some jealousy around the situation. Maybe an issue that needs, the Devil. You got the Nine of Chalices and the freaking Devil there. There may be something that like has to be addressed before things can really, they may be stuck to the point. Egos may kind of be effect. There may have been some type of betrayal, deception. Alright, anyways, because for the advice, you have the freaking Tower. And you can see with this card, like, that's kind of intense. So, anyways, for desires, you have the Four of Chalices. This is all about not getting stuck in habits, switching it up, keeping it. And if there is any, like, things going on around the situation, they've got to be, something's got to fall out of the routine. Can't get stuck in habit here. So when that's there for desires, that's a pretty good indicator that somebody wants to switch something up, that, sometimes there's other things that are incorporated in. What's crossing it is you have the Three of Pentacles. So with this card, in order to keep like things at a peaceful level, a peaceful state of harmony, there's got to be a sense of protection, a sense of caring, a sense of like warmth around the situation, and you've got to put in equal effort on both sides. It cannot just be one-sided. This is where it gets interesting, because for the advice, you have the Tower, which is a card of betrayal. It can indicate a dangerous situation, deception, just like with this this devil down here. So it's kind of like the advice here. It's a good time to protect yourself, put yourself first, you know, think things through, but put your highest interest at good right now. But I mean, with the fourth, just, you know, if this is pretty heavy energy, so I don't even know if I can go against that one. Somebody may kind of want to get out of the usual routine. This has to be two sides to the story, but there is a big indication here to put yourself first. Your highest good. Alright, so Virgo. Cards for Virgo and the person that's on their mind. We're going to look at the desires, any blockages, and advice around the situation. Virgo. So if it does resonate, please make sure that you like and subscribe below. Also, if you guys want to contact me for a personal reading, that information is below as well. Alright, Virgo, what's going on? You got the Seven of Chalices there. Oh, that's nice. It's kind of like making plans, keeping things long term. What's crossing is the Two of Pentacles. Alright. So, the Two of Pentacles can be a card of embarrassment, but it also can be like some type of like, it can be on a personal level, something that somebody's got to overcome. Whether that's self-esteem issues, just knowing that they're wanted. But anyway, so the Seven of Chalices is there for desires. It does feel like somebody wants to like have this for like their feelings have got involved. They want to make plans. They want to, even if it's just on a physical level, but it's something that they want for a long term. Not really just a hit it and quit it type energy. What's crossing it is you have the Two of Pentacles. Like I said, this could be a card of like uncertainty, somebody not really knowing where they stand. Embarrassment can come up with this energy sometimes. Maybe somebody has a fear of getting involved with things, or not really sure if they're wanted into the situation. You have the Ace of Pentacles at the bottom, so gratification, and kind of it feels like there's a deeper energy here, like feelings are definitely involved. Excuse me. For the advice, you have the Sun. So this is a pretty cool card, because this is about fusion and kind of two people coming together. Sometimes like with this card with the advice, and then like having like pictures and reminiscing and things like that, or maybe even sending a picture. I'm not telling you to do that, do what you feel. But there's like a union that comes with this, something that's kind of like more so longer lasting and not just in the moment. This is two people really coming together, and like, you know, it's possible for some you have a soulmate here, because this is like fusing into one. So you see what's crossing it is, this is definitely the opposite of fusion. This is somebody who, you know, is skeptical, is not really sure. So then when you see the advice, you see the difference. And it looks like that's even there for somebody's desires, what they really want. The King of Pentacles is there. So if something wasn't working in the past, it's got to be corrected. You can't really force that situation or somebody to like want the same thing. It's got to be came at from a different angle. Libra. Alright, Libra. So we're going to look at you and whoever is on your mind, the desires, anything blocking it, and then we'll get advice as well. Alright, Libra, so if it does resonate, please make sure that you like and subscribe below. Also, if you guys like to contact me for a personal reading, that information is below as well. Alright, Libra, let's get it. Desires, blockages, and advice. Something keeps getting hung up there. I don't know what that means. Alright, you got the Two of Swords for desires. It's funny. The King of Wands. Oh, that's sweet for, okay. So basically you have an energy here who may be kind of falling back a little bit. It feels like the feminine energy. And the King of Wands, somebody wants commitment. They want to be all lovey-dovey here. Here the advice is the Nine of Pentacles. Okay. It's pretty, so here for desires, you have the Two of Swords. This is somebody who, you know, is kind of inviting, but may not be following through with all promise. It's kind of more of a seductive, like, tease type energy. And that's there for desires. So you see like this masculine energy, and don't get caught up in genders because it can always be reversed. It's trying to, you know, like woo her. But it's not really, it's like temptation is there, seduction is there, but not really going towards it. So what's crossing it when you have the King of Wands type energy, this is somebody who wants to really be close right now and, you know, more of kind of a you and me attitude. So it's kind of interesting. It has to be a mutual determination. There has to be like, it has to come from both sides. So it kind of feels like somebody is, it's two ends of the spectrum, right? Somebody may be kind of in one end, kind of inviting, but not really following through. And it doesn't even have to be inviting. It could just be there, but it feels like the energies are on two opposite ends of the plane here. For the advice, you have the Nine of Pentacles. So this can be a card of control. This is about being able to trust the person that you're with, or, you know, it can be about addressing any issues there, but trust. Making sure that no one has any secrets and, you know, I don't know why. Trust is really coming through. I mean, you can see like she's laying there sleeping and this person's cutting her hair. Trust is the advice. So address things. Address any type of elephants in the room. A High Priestess is there, which is already about waiting. It's already written. Everything's already there. You may be going through changes as well, or maybe just even within the situation, like, you know, it might have to start back to waiting, some type of courtship, or maybe you're just even dating this person. Alright, so Scorpio. Cards for Scorpio, excuse me, and the person on their minds. We're going to look at the desires, any blockages, as well as advice for Scorpio, please. So if this does resonate, please make sure that you like and subscribe below. Alright, Scorpio. Desires, blockages, advice. Okay. Got the Ten of Wands for desires. That is a card of, yeah, coming together. I mean, that's the power of two. You have the Six of Swords there for what? Oh, that's cool energy. But then you have the Devil for advice. So Ten of Wands there for desires, right? This is a lot of success, a lot of both people being satisfied, both people being pleased, both people really being together. And it kind of feels like that may be what's happening with the Six of Swords. You may be kind of like exploring new things together, exploring each other. But in things, you know, it's almost kind of like a shutting out the world type energy. Just both people really being satisfied, taking care of one another, both putting in the effort, maybe trying new things. But where it gets interesting is you have the Devil here for advice. So, I mean, the Devil has to do with magnetism. So you may feel really, like, especially physically connected to this person, very drawn. But it is a card that we're, it's kind of like understanding the situation for what it is, because if something kind of deviates from the plan, something here may really change up. And it's like this type of energy can, I don't want to say fade, but, you know, things may kind of get, with the Nine of Chalices there, like a little bit pulled away. There may end up being like some type of like arguments that are, not saying I see arguments here, so that's not what I'm looking for. Just with the Devil popping up, it's especially for advice, you know, don't forget your heart's, like how you're gonna feel. Maybe this isn't for all, but like after. Put yourself first type thing. Alright, so Sagittarius. Cards for Sagittarius and the person on their mind. We're going to look at the desires, any blockages, oh shoot, as well as advice. Cards for Sagittarius is highest good. Alright, so if it does resonate, please make sure that you like and subscribe below. Also, if you guys like to contact me for a personal reading, that information is below as well. Alright, you got the Nine of Wands for desires, crossed by the Four of Chalices, ending with the Justice. Something's got to be addressed. I don't know what that is. It's almost, with the Nine of Wands here, especially for desires, this is almost like somebody wants some type of reassurance, like they have some type of doubt, especially if something's been on hold or something may have been kind of held back a little bit because of doubt. So with the Nine of Wands there for the desires, it does feel like somebody wants to resolve that. Like they want it, like it can't just keep going on. Somebody needs to talk about it. They want to address it. So what's crossing it is the Four of Chalices. This is a card of switching things up, not really keeping it the same, not getting stuck in habit, that type of things. But this also talks about indifferences that have to be worked through. So it feels like there's a lot to be said there. Like there's something there that needs to be worked out. The iron's got to be, I mean, the sheet's got to be wrinkled out type thing. So for advice, you have the Justice card, which literally tells you that any type of issues have to be addressed in order for things to move forward. Something, you know, anything that's happened in the past, somebody's got to address that. The Justice, this is a card of meeting. So maybe meeting up, talking and addressing those issues would bring some things back, because it does kind of look like the Queen of Swords energy. Yeah, that Three of Swords. You know, this is something, if there have been any type of issues that could possibly prolong. So it's got to be worked out. Take things out of habit, switch them up, address the elephants in the room. Somebody may need just a boost of self-confidence there. Alright, so Capricorn. First for Capricorn and the person on their mind. We're going to look at desires, any blockages, and advice. Capricorn, please. So if it does resonate, please make sure that you like and subscribe below. Also, if you guys like to contact me for a personal reading, that information's below as well. Alright, Caps. Desires, any blockages, advice. Cards for Capricorn's highest good. Thank you. Wow. Alright, cool. For desires, you got the Fool. Somebody wants to take a walk on the wild side. What's crossing it is the Magician, and your advice is the Ten of Pentacles. Wow. Alright, so look, somebody wants the desire here is the Fool. So like I said, it's literally shaking things up, doing new things. You know, spontaneous. It is a card of like being willing. So it feels like there's something like somebody wants to try. They want to go out, switch it up. What's blocking it though is the Magician. So with the Magician, this is a card of courtship. Like it's literally like taking things back old school way, taking somebody out on a date, taking things like it's something that, you know, it's not going to just be wham bam, you're going to get this type thing. Like this is something that has to be, it has to be worked for. It's not going to just happen. Somebody needs that time to get to know the person, the situation. The desire is there, the willingness is here, you know. And with this card though, a lot of success can come, like it can happen. So it's kind of like, you know, like being ready and wanting to go out there and do this, but then we got to do it the right way type thing. So for advice, you got the Ten of Pentacles, which is a card of desire, but it's also a card of loving yourself and let yourself be loved. And you have to love yourself before you can, you know, put that love out towards someone else. So it feels like while somebody wants to go out and do these things and kind of, you know, explore new opportunities, it's going to have to start from the bottom and work its way up. And for advice, that's pretty strong advice. Allow yourself to be loved. Know that you're lovable, desirable, and fall in love with yourself as well, like before anything. So it feels like, I mean, it's a really nice energy. That's really cool. Kind of like old school. But for the advice there, like love yourself too. Cherish yourself and allow yourself to have that end that you want. Don't doubt that. But cool ass energy. Alright, Aquarius. We're going to look at the desires, anything blocking the situation, and also advice, please. Alright, so if it does resonate, please make sure that you like and subscribe below. Also, if you guys like to contact me for a personal reading, that information is below as well. Alright, cards for Aquarius' highest good. Let's get it. What are the desires? Any blockages? And advice. You got the Knight of Wands. What's blocking it is the Queen of Pentacles. Alright, give me one more for the outcome. The World is there. Alright, so for the Knight of Wands, that's a cool energy though, especially for desires. I mean, it does, so in the Knight of Pentacles is there. Something has to be maybe slowed down or has been really slow. Because it's the opposite effect. I don't know if somebody was rushing there. Something over here, the energy's kind of, it's not synced. But anyway, sorry. So for the Knight of Wands there, yeah, the Knight, sorry. Alright, so that's kind of like, I mean, that's being together. That's enjoying each other, not having any fear, not having any holdbacks, just kind of letting go, being free. Anything that, you know, kind of letting go of the past and just moving towards the future type thing. So it doesn't feel like somebody really wants to dwell on the past. They just want to be together and not having any type of fear. Just a lot of happiness, a lot of fun, a lot of togetherness. What's blocking it, interesting enough, is the Queen of Pentacles. This is a card of coolness. So in some situations, like somebody may have to like fight their own self in order to go towards this. Like somebody may be more reserved, or somebody may have to be like more open and generous around the situation, for a lack of words. There has to be like an equal level of sensitivity and understanding, but also like it's kind of like not things not being one-sided. Like somebody is kind of holding back there. So when you see the desire is this, to like have fun and just kind of be wild and free. And what's blocking it here is you have somebody who's maybe more reserved and maybe not as attentive on both sides. It doesn't have to be that way, but kind of taking action and participation. So for the advice, you have the World, which talks about touches and being grateful and having like, it goes deeper than just the physical. So it feels like something here, you know, it's not just a for the moment type thing. Like somebody needs to be reassured, touching a lot, feeling grateful, not really grateful, but whole within this situation. And this one does talk about like family and relationships. So it feels like somebody may need to feel that wholeness, like that stability, that security around the situation. Which kind of, I mean, the only thing here, when this is kind of like wild and free, and then somebody may either need to kind of drop guards and go towards it, or also at the same time, if somebody over here needs to feel this wholeness and security, and somebody over here, the energy, the desire is kind of just to go for it. It's going to have to be kind of a meet in the middle in order to find some security, to be able to feel okay within that situation, to let somebody's guards down. Alright, so Pisces. First for Pisces and the person on their mind, we're going to look at these desires, any blockages, and advice for Pisces, please. So if this does resonate, please make sure that you like and subscribe below. Also, if you guys like to contact me for a personal reading, that information is below as well. Alright, what's going on for Pisces, please? Thank you. Wow. You got the Death card for freaking desires. What in the world? That's a card of abandonment. Crossed by the moon. The advice is the Two of Pentacles. Sitting at the bottom as the Empress. The Death card can have to do with abstinence. It can kind of be with like giving it up for a little bit to like, and sometimes the desire to do that is to restrain from the situation in order for like temptation to build up. So kind of like touch me, tease me, and then like let it build, let it grow, let that desire kind of, you know, come up. So it depends. This could be like a situation that's going through a lot of change right now. Things maybe have to be accepted that are not trying to be accepted. There could be, you know, some type of like codependent thing, maybe for some type of swinger thing. But this is a card of it is abstinence, but it is temporary, and it's in order for things, like I said, to kind of, you know, build up, get the momentum back up. And sometimes it's just, you know, that's just how somebody likes it. Was crossed in this situation. You have the moon, which is your energy, but this has to do with, you know, seeing things for what they really are. If there's any type of deception or bringing things to the surface, like things may just be really kept hidden, whether this is desires or things like that, in order to resolve some balance. So it kind of feels like with the moon, like somebody's desires have to be brought to light. And sometimes, or, you know, kind of like a reminder needs to be sent. And sometimes with this card, images can do that, sending pictures. But some type of, something there is just, it's not, like if somebody's desires here was to hold back for a little bit so that, you know, not temptation, that's not the right word for it, but the, you know, that churning, that burning kind of gets there. Burning does not even sound like the right word. So that momentum can gain back up. That may not be like discussed on both sides, or what somebody really wants may not be brought to light, might not be brought to surface. So for the desires, you have the Two of Pentacles. This is where somebody kind of has something to overcome there, or something like somebody needs to feel they're not really sure sometimes how to approach the situation, or to know if the desire is there. Sometimes with this card also, somebody could have some embarrassment there. But you see with the Death card here for desires, card to kind of holding back. And then for advice there, you have this energy kind of holding back and a little more hesitant, or, you know, reluctant to, not really reluctant, it's more of a, I don't know, I'm calling it scared. Because you got the Empress in here at the bottom, and that's kind of like an inviting energy, but not really, hasn't moved into action yet. But you also have the Eight of Swords there at the bottom, so sometimes with that one, you know, there's something in the room that needs to be addressed. You see the knife over there. So uncertainty, things, it's like someone's intention, don't just keep it in. Let the other person know, because they may become a little hesitant or unsure as to where you stand. Alright guys, I hope this helped. I hope it resonated. It's been a while since I've done this reading, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. If it did resonate, please make sure that you like and subscribe below. Also, if you guys like to contact me for a personal reading, that information is below as well. Feel free also to check out the memberships below. Alright, you guys take care, and I'll see you next time.